abrindo aqui. Ah. Mano, esse cara aí tem que usar arma, viado.
Come on, Reed. Try something else.
Dr. Reach.
Free wind prevails!
Tá vivo? Tá abrindo aqui o jogo pra mim, mano.
Your poisonous body
Yeah.
is useless on me. Show some style. Fight like a man. I'll pin you down!
Não vira chegar perto dele não, mano.
I know! It hurts, doesn't it?
Dr.
Come on, Reed.
Doctor.
Try something else. Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Show some style. Fight like a man.
Eu não consigo.
Free wind prevails. True light will cleanse
Ele
you.
passou protetor.
I'll pin you down. it! Come on, Reed. Try something else. Show some style. Fight like a... If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt.
Não. Pelo forte. É um sol.
If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? True light will cleanse you. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt.
Boa.
If you're so
Matou?
innocent, why does simple light burn you so much?
Aí, família.
Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt.
Não, deu não.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
Ficou com de sangue.
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I was only reborn for a few minutes before you and your men hunted me down like a beast.
You were only reborn for a few minutes. And you'd already taken the life of an innocent woman.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
Ih, fez merda. Não sei, não lembro.
I'll spare you,
É
McCullum.
porque na história, eu
I'll
acho
offer
que na
you the
história mesmo
mercy
você
you
tem que
never
voltar,
offered
mano.
me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
Que viadão bonito.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
Boa. Amigos, amigos agora. Zerou? Boa. É isso aí, mano. Dá uma relaxada, igual o pai de família.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Pô, Chico da bagaceira, mano.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice.
Ah. Não lembro se...
It's locked. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Please show me what... Of course.
Pra que esse é um pedaço de alumínio? Claro. O cara tá se aproveitando. Ah, parecendo vídeo mesmo. Ele dá uma travadinha aí também, depois que sai do menu. É, aqui também dava, aham. Aqui também dava. É, ele fica marcando, tem vezes que ele vai pra trás, parece. Ué. Então, pô, chegou deitando-se no chão já. O cara fez que não sou Madruga.
I have this thirst for blood.
É, né? Desconta a raiva nos mais fracos, né? esquerda. Que tá bugado? Ah, é?
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Agora. Tá. Fecha e abre de novo o jogo.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence. It's locked, all right.
Investigue o sequestro de Swan.
Blood of a pure heart? I should find the key to that box. It's locked. It's locked. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Agora, hein?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Agora o bicho pega. Agora
Don't try to spare me.
Presta atenção no que
As a
eles vão
physician,
falar
I
aí,
know
mano.
all too
Presta
well
atenção
when
no
it's
que
too
eles-
late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
Edgar, as much as I would like to believe you, I have a few concerns that require clarification.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Ih, caiu.
Why would he
Parece que tá dentro da
deserve such a
garrafa, mano.
reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of
Parece
St.
que tá
Paul's
dentro de um
Stole has
liquidificador.
next to no intelligence on him. All I know
Tirou a
is
camiseta?
that he's supposed to be the oldest
Oxe,
of all the
tá
British
louco.
vampires.
Aham.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Eu não sei se... Vamos ver. Eu deixei ele morrer, eu acho. Porque o negócio dos vampiros é culpa dele, mano.
Yes, your death is imminent, Dr. Swansea. But I swear, it will be quick.
I already told you to call me Edgar. Am I no longer your friend?
I believe you never have been, sir. You have lied to me at every step and betrayed the trust of a woman I cherish.
You and the lady? Really? Why, I should have seen it coming, I suppose. May I add that I welcome this? The biting, I mean.
You have your wish.
Is it going to hurt? I always wondered if you...
Paciente Zero. Dá XP, deu bastante.
I will return later. So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Eu tô com sono, mano. Quero ter para. Quase meia-noite.
Boys, we can deal with this vermin. Look out here! Vicious bugger! Look at it! Gone up like kindling. It's a killer!
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
He was mortally wounded. I put an end to his misery.
That is terrible, Jonathan. And yet you did what you must. The poor man.
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skal epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible
Pô, gado
accusation
pra
of all.
caramba,
He
mano. Já
confessed
foi
everything
correndo
to
contar
me.
pra mulher.
He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar was a criminal. He abused every ethical tenet to test his theory about vampire blood as a cure for influenza.
I must say, I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet
Vem
embodies.
pra
I
cá.
have one more matter
Que a
to discuss with
mulherada.
you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh,
Elizabeth, are you all right?
no, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
Give me alone. Esse final de semana, acho que vocês zeram esse jogo aí, mano. Tá quase no final já. Tem que examinar, pô.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster.
Tá com o índice
I know where to
glicêmico
find
alto.
what I need.
Esse cara é grande, ele é alto.
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall?
Nobody takes him
Lord
seriously.
Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
You are not welcome.
Support the equality between men and women.
Você fez merda. O senhor não é bem-vindo aqui. Você entrou? Você é o bichão mesmo, hein?
I'm
Gotta
still
pegar
a
você aí, vai
persona non
morrer
grata
você
in
no
the
pau.
Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll have to improvise.
Opa. Esse cara é um time chefão. Por isso que não tá difícil. Hum, hum, hum.
You're bleeding! This is my territory! This is my territory!
Morre logo. Se não morrer, eu vou dormir.
Your prey is not... You're feeble!
Boa.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
Uma gota. Cara, é mão de vaca, hein? Pô, vou dormir, mano. Tô morrendo de sono, viado. É meia-noite já, mano. Meia-noite e pouco.
Women's right to vote is only the
Amanhã nós
first
joga
step.
mais.
Women die too.
Ó, meia-noite e pouco. Amanhã, pô, amanhã você zera.
Over there! One of them vermin!
Falou. Falou. Valeu.
When science fails you,